You're listening to the Concord Podcast. I'm Kurt, joined as always by Taylor and Noah, and we are the pastors of Concord Baptist Church. All right, everyone, welcome back. It's been a while. If you watched the podcast episode earlier this week, we shot that about 3 weeks ago, and then stuff happened, and it didn't get uploaded. It's been a crazy month of March here, but hey, we got it up online, and this is the second part. We are right before Easter right now, and so we figure we do something a little bit different than the Lent episode. We do something a little bit fun. Easter is the time of spring and a lot of good things happening, but mainly Easter candy is the big event apart from the resurrection. So that's what we're going to be discussing today. We're going to kind of go around, and Taylor's got a really soul searching question for us at the end that we'll cover. But the bulk of the podcast is going to be consumed with opinions about Easter candy from three people who are experts on that. Two of us look like it, and one of us does not, but Taylor is probably the biggest candy expert of the whole bunch. So with that said, we're going to do best candy, worst candy in terms of Easter candy. We'll go around. Let's start with the worst, because I feel like that may bring out just the competitive, angry side. We do have conversations about this when we're not
frequently
having a podcast as well. This is not something we've just conjured up. It's a matter of much debate. So Taylor, worst Easter candy. No. I'm gonna take the first shot. So Peeps are by far the worst thing that has ever been created in the candy sector. And I don't care who you are. If you disagree with that statement and you're married to me, you're wrong. My wife is a big fan of Peeps. I don't care. Doesn't matter. Peeps are the absolute worst. And I love marshmallows. So there it is. You guys are welcome to give me feedback why I'm wrong before we move on to the next person. What say you guys about Peeps?
Peeps are full agreement worst candy ever made, in my opinion. I do not enjoy them. I think it's kind of telling that we don't sell Peeps year round. Like, you could make them in other shapes if you wanted to, and you don't just find them in Walmart when, Valentine's Day approaches in little heart shapes.
That's right.
They're just disgusting.
I mean, I couldn't agree more. In fact, Pepsi this year created a Peeps flavored Pepsi. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but I'm almost sure that you can find that in Revelation somewhere as one of the signs of the apocalypse. Unholy union between, anyways. All right. So Taylor, opinion on Peeps?
I would put it in the bottom of most of the unpleasant categories, but it doesn't take the top for me.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll move on to you. What is the bottom of the barrel?
I can't get over how you could be okay as a company pushing and advertising and selling a candy that comes in a milk carton called Robin's Eggs. You ever seen them? I know you have.
Oh, I know Robin's Eggs.
Yeah, the little chalky chocolate milk ball things.
It's a poor man's malted milk ball.
Yeah.
Like if you stuck a malted milk ball out in the desert for 50 years and then came back and ate it, that's a Robin's Egg.
Yeah, I can't get on board with that. Not only is it disgusting, it's basically a Whopper in a milk carton. But
now you can buy Whoppers in milk cartons.
You can, the really tall ones.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just when you advertise it and you sell it from the standpoint of a Robin's Egg. I question.
You're eating a baby bird in utero is really what they're advertising. That's what they're pushing marketing wise.
Have we noticed? They're really intelligent, but it's the same candy on aisle 8 at Walmart in the bags as the candy on the seasonal aisle at Walmart. M&Ms are the same, different color bag. Reese's are the same, different color wrapper. They tailor every candy to the season, yet we pound over it.
Yeah.
Like a Reese's egg, I'll knock you over.
It's just an oval Reese's cup.
Yeah.
It's because we're American and we like shiny things. So, yeah. That's okay. So Robin's eggs are it for Taylor. Is it the texture, the flavor, the whole package? What any?
Yeah, it's the whole thing. When I go immediately back to elementary school with like super generic, low quality milk from the lunchroom, when I open the carton,
Yeah.
that's automatically number one, I don't want it. Number
Right.
two, it has the picture of a bird on there. I'm
That's,
not.
I mean, when you crunch down on it, you really do taste the beak. So
Yeah, I can't do it.
awesome. Noah, do you have an opinion on Robin's eggs?
I actually enjoy Robin's eggs. Those are made by Cadbury, right?
I don't know.
I'm
So
not sure.
here's what I'll say. I've never had them from a carton, but there is some candy that someone gave the youth earlier this week that is, I think it's Cadbury's Robin's eggs, and they are actually pretty close to my top favorite.
No, not the same thing.
I was about
Not
to say,
even
so you're
close.
talking about something else. I've never had what you're describing.
You're talking about the Cadbury eggs that have the candy shell
The
coating and
mini
chocolate.
eggs.
Yeah, and they say like made
Those
by the
are
same company as
delicious.
Whoppers.
So we'll have to talk about those in a minute.
Okay, so those are awesome. But
No.
in terms of your Robin's eggs, no, they sound absolutely atrocious.
Think so Robin's eggs are, if you had a really stale pretzel, not the soft kind.
No. No, remember the cereal Kicks?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you took stale Kicks, put it in the center of a lower than mediocre quality chocolate, and covered it in a candy coating shell that makes you feel like you're biting down on Mr. Bluebird on your shoulder.
Don't forget the tongue
pretty
lacerations if you eat more than two. Yeah. So you bleed as well. It's it's a really rough one. And hey, if you're watching all of this and you're offended, you're going to want to email taylors@cbcsalem.net. That's where to send all the complaints. I'm with you, Taylor. It's pretty close to the bottom of the barrel. Mainly just because of the feeling you have when you're finished eating a whole carton of Robin's eggs. It's like, what poor life decisions have I made? This was completely unfulfilling. There's no satisfaction. So
yeah,
I'm with you.
So my bottom of the list was Peeps, but just for the sake of discussion, I'm going to add another bottom of the list for me.
Okay.
I am not really a fan of jelly beans. And I don't know if it's just Bean Boozled. That game was really popular for a while. And so like you taste a lot of really bad ones, or the fact that there's so many flavors, you never know what kind of jelly bean you're going to be eating out of that little packet of Easter candy. Jelly beans are just not good to me.
Taylor's favorite Easter candy is actually Starburst jelly beans. So
there is only one jelly bean, and there shall only be one jelly bean. It comes in a Jelly Belly wrapper. Everything else is
bean shaped candy.
See, I am. So my dad is a huge jelly bean fan, and it's tough to disagree with the holiest person you know. Jelly beans are middle of the road for me because it's such a minefield. I mean, depending on the brand, you might get. So my wife is a huge Starburst jelly bean fan. I like those; they're great. Jelly Belly is okay depending on the flavor, but then sometimes you can get some, especially if they're generic, and it's just like I ate
awful
zero flavored gelatin coated in some sort of stale sugar. It's so there's very little quality control across the board. So it's tough to say jelly beans are bad because then you have to ask, what do you mean? But
but that's why they're bad, because there's no telling.
Fair point.
There's a science behind it, guys. There's a science.
Okay.
Do you have a chart?
It's the jelly beans that are disgusting. You can write this down. If you, at home, people at home, you can take this to chisel and stone. The jelly beans that are absolutely disgusting are the ones that you buy, and they are the size of a lima bean. They're the ones that, you know what I'm saying. You could break the window of a Honda Civic if you threw more than two at it at one time.
Oh, those are the disgusting ones.
Those are the terrible ones. They are absolutely awful. Minimal flavor. They all taste like licorice. So
again, if you're a big fan of off-brand jelly beans, that's Taylor S
Taylor
at
S.
cbcsalem.net.
Bring it on. We'll have a business meeting. We will discuss this in further detail, and you will hastily realize it's the jelly bean.
That brings up, I guess, maybe a good point about Easter candy in general. And that is, if you're buying it in a basket that is assorted and there's no brand name that's recognizable on it, it's probably a poor life decision. I mean, I think we could apply the same thing to like the chocolate bunnies that are, 8 for 50 cents at the grocery store. Yeah. You're really paying for the green confetti, not so much the chocolate. Yeah. I'm with you. Everybody's got that one family member though that really loves, the Easter off-brand candy, and we love them, and I think Jesus does too.
And we pray for them.
That's right. That's right. We've actually, if you would like to send us their names, we'll add them to the prayer list. So we've got Peeps, a second vote for Peeps, but also jelly beans and Robin's eggs as the bottom of the barrel. Can I give an honorable mention?
If we have any of these show up at the office, we have cameras and we will know who you are.
That's true. We do. We do have cameras, front and back entrance. You can't escape. But if you would like to send a whole bunch of Robin's eggs, that's Taylor at cbcsalem.net. You can find out how to get in touch with them. But an honorable mention, I feel like, needs to be made. And maybe this can be the segue if you guys disagree. But Cadbury cream-filled eggs are a special kind of abomination.
Why are they so popular?
Well, I don't know, but to diagnose why they're so bad, they're bad on multiple levels. Number one, there's no way to eat them without looking like an idiot. Number two, if you just go varsity and try to eat the whole thing, people have concerns about your ability for self-control. And then finally, once you do eat the whole thing, what kind of abomination of texture is that? I mean, yeesh.
And I have the same thing going, that same texture, but it's just due to my sinus infection going on. Like, it's the same thing.
Again, that's Taylor S at cbcsalem.net. Oh,
y'all hitting on a passionate topic. Don't ask for passionate answers if you it's real.
Thanks,
but
brother.
Also, they are very expensive, and they're proud of them.
That's
you get
true.
like what, 3 in a box?
Yeah, something like that.
But there are people that look forward to Cadbury eggs every year.
You're right.
And there are people who run out of all the good candy and are like, well.
And then there are people that jump in the ocean on January 1st and think that's a great idea.
That's true. What you're saying is foolishness abounds. All right. So segueing to the best candy, we'll just go in reverse order of what we did. So Noah, what is the best Easter candy?
So I really think the best Easter candy is I really think it's the actual good version of Robin's eggs, the little Easter themed Whoppers that are actual quality malted milk balls. Whoppers with candy coating on the outside that don't taste like you're eating a small bird.
Is it made by the Whopper company?
It is made by Cadbury, which, according to the label I read last week, is in partner with the Whopper company.
Hold on. I got to do some Googling. Y'all keep talking.
I should have planned ahead. I should have brought the little packet in here with me. It's in the youth room.
Is it, okay, on the inside of these things, is it just chocolate or is it like crunchy inside?
It may just be chocolate now that I think about it.
If it's just chocolate, you and Kurt are about to be best friends.
Yeah, you crunch through it and then it's soft.
Yeah.
Yeah, chocolate.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's
we agree. Yeah.
The pack I had was called Cadbury's Robin Eggs.
No, they're called Cadbury's Mini Eggs. Mini Eggs.
There's the confusion. Mini eggs.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're delicious, and I only find them at Easter, and they're awesome.
I introduced Taylor to those a little bit earlier this year, and he actually got saved.
It was an experience. It was wonderful.
It's everything we've always wanted M&Ms to be, but never have been.
Right. The
Yeah.
quality of chocolate sets the bar so high.
Cadbury chocolate is great. I mean, if they just made like Cadbury eggs with no cream, I mean, that's the solution to our discount hollow Easter bunny chocolate stuff
Just
going
an
on.
empty eggshell?
I mean,
Well, no, it's made out of Cadbury chocolate. So,
oh, so you want to fill with more chocolate?
Yeah.
Is Cadbury like German for Easter only or something? Like, why can't we have Cadbury Christmas trees? Why can't we have, Cadbury pumpkins?
Now that's a good question, but it's British. So they are, I believe, an English company, or at least they were. I don't know who owns them now. And those of you who have access to Google can correct me. I may be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure, at least at their founding, they were British. But they do like sell the Cadbury chocolate bars and stuff like that year round. You just look for the purple label. So
they sound British.
It is certainly superior to Hershey's in every possible way. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to agree with Noah, but Taylor, your best Easter candy?
I tend to go less on the savory, more on the sweet. Lifesaver makes an Easter gummy that is really, really refreshing and satisfying, and all in all, just a wonderful choice. You walk by them, you think, my life would be better with them, and so absolutely
would be saved with them.
Yes, without a doubt, because they are life-saving gummies.
They're also Christian, because
they are
Easter and salvation. Again, complaints Taylor Seymour at CBC.
Oh heaven!
What separates that particular lifesaver from like regular lifesavers that you would get in, June?
So the regular lifesaver gummies, they have almost a wax film around the outside because they're so large. And they've taken the molds of the gummy to a smaller size. They're some eggs, some bunny rabbits, some baskets. Yet again, there is a science. If you're going to do this, do it right, people.
So surface area is a big deal, is what you're saying.
It is, yeah. So it's a lot less of the wax feeling, doesn't leave the film on top of your mouth. And internally, I am 365 pounds. I may not look it, but internally, I am there and not stop until I get to 450.
All right. Yeah. I mean, so Taylor introduced me to those a little bit earlier this year, and I at least moved the needle on the sanctification a little bit. Those are great. I'm inclined to agree with Noah, though. Man, it's tough to beat the Cadbury's mini eggs. I mean, those things are just ridiculous. It's embarrassing how fast you can go through a bag. But do not confuse them, though, with Cadbury cream eggs, or otherwise you'll be sorely, sorely disappointed.
Or Robin's eggs.
Yeah, exactly. Any honorable mentions in terms of best candy?
I mean, is it fair to say that the Reese's egg gets the across the board silver medal for everyone?
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Reese's fan. I mean, if I want peanut butter, I'll make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'll eat it. I won't knock it because right next to Starburst jelly beans, my wife is a big fan of Reese's. So if I need to earn points as a husband, if I need to be able to go play golf, I'm going to be buying Reese's. So my credit card would say I'm a big fan of Reese's, but personally not so much. The appeal of the egg is middle of the road for me. It's less work than having to unwrap the little paper flimsy thing for the cup, though. So I guess that's a good thing.
Sure.
All right. Well, that settles it. I'm sure on Sunday we will hear about this with alternate opinions. We would welcome those. But Taylor, you had something you wanted to ask.
Yeah, I mean, I really think it's only right for our people. We've spoken that we are a transparent staff from the beginning. That is what we're trying to achieve. We want our people to know who we are inside and out.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, it is important for them to know what kind of an Easter egg hunter are you? Are you about to absolutely stone cold knock a 6-year-old out for that purple prize filled egg? Or are you the compassionate, I'm going to help, some kids fill their basket? Did you think Easter egg hunts were silly? Like we got to hear some stories.
To clarify
here,
here,
all on the spectrum.
You're talking about us as children, not adults, right?
That's a good question.
Like when you said
for liability's sake, none of us at 30, 31, and 26 are going to knock over a 6-year-old. For liability's sake.
I mean, is it the prize egg?
I mean, it does depend. Are there Cadbury cream eggs inside, or are they Cadbury mini eggs?
There might be a $20 bill inside.
You can buy a lot of Cadbury mini eggs.
So judging by the head tilts I just got right there, some of us are thinking about knocking over whoever's in the way. But anyway, so what in your history of egg hunting, where did y'all fall on the spectrum?
Noah?
I was the kid who was smart enough to know that the good eggs in my family weren't hidden in plain sight. And so I was perfectly fine walking past a bunch of eggs on the ground to find the ones in trees and look for the prize egg, which was hidden in someone's pocket one year. But
so using logic in the Easter egg hunt helps you.
Oh yeah, I wanted the good candy and the money, and I didn't care about the jelly beans.
I don't remember a ton about Easter egg hunts growing up, but knowing my family, that's probably because I've repressed those memories. They may have been slightly traumatic. We're a very competitive family. So I'm not exactly sure. I mean, just knowing me, I was probably a pretty cutthroat, win at all cost kind of Easter egg hunter. But if you unwrap enough, I should have mentioned this during the candy thing, but there's a particular kind of M&M knockoff that's not really, it's spherical. It's not the flattened M&M kind of thing. They're like BBs, but they're
like
chocolate.
Sixlets.
Those things are disappointment wrapped in sadness. I mean, when you open an Easter egg and it's a sixlet and you eat it, one, they absorb the flavors of the other candy they've been sitting next to all year round. I don't know if there's something porous in the candy coating, but yeah, you should not bite into chocolate and taste fruit. That's not okay. But also, the chocolate's of poor quality. It's a meager amount. And for some reason, some person in my family really liked to stick those in Easter eggs. And so my vivid memory from childhood is unwrapping Easter eggs to find sixlets and Tootsie Rolls. Neither of which are edifying to the child growing up. It's unfortunate. We did have great Easter egg hunts. I do remember that. My aunt is kind of the queen of great Easter egg hunts, but I don't really remember a whole lot aside from the disappointment of sixlets and Tootsie Rolls. So Tootsie Rolls are like someone wanted it to be chewing tobacco, but wanted to give it to children. It's just disgusting. Sorry, I'm opinionated about that as well. What kind of Easter egg?
Kurt M. at CBCStadium.net.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right. So Taylor, what kind of Easter egg hunter were you?
That was a big thing in my family growing up. Every year, Easter egg hunt. And I never cared for the ones that were like at the church or the community event. I never really did those, mainly because I always had to behave. I was running an NFL combine worthy sprint, and we were hiding eggs in every possible yard. We had 3 sections of yard, back, side, and front, and it was no holds bar. You better open every gate in my way. If not, I'm running clean into it, through it, or over it, and all for the gratification of knowing that at the end of it, I was going to be asked, "How many eggs did you get?" I needed to be able to walk away with that, knowing that I had more than anybody else, maybe more than both of you combined.
You wanted to win Easter.
Yes, right.
Yeah. So when somebody asks you how it compared to last year, you just say it is risen.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll be here all week. So I mean, I guess the biggest thing I'm looking forward to this year, and we're filming this on March 31st, and it's my daughter's birthday today, and we have an Easter egg hunt tonight for the children at our church. But you know, as your kids age, they're able to do more, and ideally, if you raise them right, that means they're able to get more when it comes to Easter eggs and Halloween, the whole 9 yards. So the dad tax is something I'm very much looking forward to exercising because just to brag on our church for a moment. Our church has dropped off candy and Easter eggs for this big children's Easter egg hunt. And folks at Concord do it right. I mean, I haven't seen a single bag of sixlets. So, I mean, there's some high quality stuff out there. It's an indoor Easter egg hunt, so you can put chocolate in Easter eggs and not have to worry about a mess. And so, yeah, I'm really counting on my daughter to pull through and kind of be a bulldog and come home with a large amount because the dad tax, as I understand it, according to IRS law, is like 15 to 20% of the candy. Because once it's out of the egg, there's no way to tell how much was in there. So you can get away to 15 to 20% is what I've heard is acceptable. You guys feel the same way?
Yeah, that sounds more than fair.
Cool.
I mean, someone had to take her to the egg hunt, so.
That's a good point. And that was my wife, because I'm going to be adults. But, you know, Jen is a gracious and wonderful woman who, you know, cares for me. And yeah. All right. Well, with that said, what's the thing they sign off with at the Hunger Games?
May the odds be ever in your favor.
That's right. May the odds be ever in your favor. We'll see you on Easter.